So the Indiana Fever are facing the Chicago Sky, and they are playing, obviously, in the United Center. There are 20,000 seats. It is going to be one of the most biggest attended WNBA games of all time. I don't know if it's going to be more or less attended, because I think it was 20,000 and something in the Mystics last game of last season, where in fairness Caitlin Clark played 15 minutes in that game or something. Caitlin Clark did she even play in the second half? But yeah, that was obviously a huge game. But this game being in the United Center, if you guys did not see, tickets sold out. And tickets sold out in 5 minutes. They sold out in 5 minutes. The United Center sold out in a minute. Sorry, not in a minute, 5 minutes. A minute. It was a fight even trying to get tickets. Seats kept disappearing. They started at $200. Back in 2007, you get season tickets for that price. You can go get season tickets probably a year ago for that price in some teams. Again, I'm not going to say all teams. I'm not going to say all teams on that one, because there were some teams that made decent money, but they're there to watch. It's going to be all Fever fans.
It finally happened. Angel Reese just got a first-hand taste of the full Caitlin Clark effect, and it happened right in her own backyard. The Chicago Sky's home arena, Wintrust Arena, sold out in just 1 minute. But let's be real, it wasn't because of Angel Reese, and it wasn't because of the Sky. It was because Caitlin Clark was coming to town. Right now, the biggest name in women's basketball isn't Reese, it's Clark. And Reese? Oh, she's not happy about it.
Teammates, and if I want to be that, and I know I'll go down in history, I'll look back in 20 years and be like, yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that. Like, it's not just because of one person. A lot of us have done so much for this game, and Kennedy has been here before, obviously, but there are so many great players in this league that have deserved this for a really, really long time, and luckily, it's
For all the talk about Bayou Barbie and her so-called star power, she couldn't even sell out her own home games on her best day. But the moment Caitlin Clark enters the picture, Chicago fans flood the ticket booths. Reese and the WNBA players who've been trying to downplay Clark's impact just got a brutal reality check. Let's set the record straight. The Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever game, featuring Caitlin Clark, sold out in just 1 minute. Meanwhile, the Sky, with Angel Reese and fellow rookie Camila Cardoso, haven't even come close to a sellout this fast. Wintrust Arena holds about 10,000 fans, a modest number compared to NBA venues, yet still too big for Reese to pack on her own. The difference? Caitlin Clark moves numbers. If this isn't proof of who the real star of the WNBA is, I don't know what is. Chicago, and Angel Reese's own home crowd, are more excited to see Caitlin Clark than their own rookie sensation. Remember when Reese and her camp dismissed the idea that Caitlin Clark was bigger than the game? Yeah, this is awkward now. No matter how much Reese or the WNBA try to push the diverse, multiple-star league narrative, the numbers don't lie. Clark is the reason people care about women's basketball. Clark is the reason ratings are soaring. Clark is the reason Chicago, a city Angel Reese plays for, is packed for this game. That if Reese wasn't happy watching Clark get all the attention in college, imagine how she feels now that even her own home team's fans care more about Clark than her. And let's be real, she's probably going to take a shot at Clark in an interview or on social media, because facing reality, that's not really her. Let's take a step back. The WNBA has been around for over 25 years, and never before has there been this much buzz. And let's be clear, it's not because of Angel Reese, it's not because of Aya Wilson, and it's not even because of the Chicago Sky as a whole. It's because of one person, Caitlin Clark. The WNBA Draft Lottery? Highest TV ratings ever. The WNBA Draft? Most watched in history. Indiana Fever's schedule release? Immediate ticket spike. The Chicago Sky versus Fever game? Sold out in 1 minute. Now let's compare that to Angel Reese. LSU was already a championship-winning program before she got there. She played under Hall of Fame coach Kim Mulkey, and had multiple five-star recruits on her team. Yet, despite all of that, Reese couldn't come close to Clark's impact. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark built Iowa from the ground up, shattered every record in the book, and is now completely revitalizing the WNBA, even in markets that used to ignore women's basketball. Some fans still argue that Angel Reese is just as big of a name as Caitlin Clark, but let's break that illusion real quick. Clark dominates engagement across all platforms. Her games sell out everywhere, even in cities without a WNBA team. Fever jerseys are flying off shelves, while Angel Reese jerseys, not so much. When it comes to TV ratings, any game featuring Clark is record-breaking. So while Angel Reese can keep calling herself Bayou Barbie, the truth is, Caitlin Clark is the one bringing in the real dollars.
Say what you want about Angel Reese. You can't tell me she isn't the star of every show every time she's on the court. I can't even hate on this. She's Larry, Moe, and Curly all at once. The Three Stooges.
This situation puts Angel Reese in a tough spot. If you're the Chicago Sky, you have to ask yourself, how do we market Reese when our own fans are more excited about Clark? If Clark is the one boosting attendance, what does that say about Reese's star power? If Reese wants to be the face of the WNBA, shouldn't she be able to sell out her own home games without Clark's help? This is embarrassing for her. She's supposed to be a big draw, yet her city only shows up when Caitlin Clark is in town.
Davis hounding Clark. Clark, step back three, knocks it down!
Let's be honest, there are plenty of WNBA players who aren't thrilled about Caitlin Clark getting all the shine. They've downplayed her impact, tried to create division, and acted like she's just another rookie. But this sellout proves otherwise. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just real, it's undeniable. And for Angel Reese, it's a harsh reminder that she's not the main attraction. At the end of the day, Caitlin Clark is the reason people are watching. She's breaking records, selling out stadiums, and single-handedly carrying the WNBA into the mainstream.
That the WNBA players are in. It's a positive position for the Chicago Sky, and there's only one problem with that, is that there is going to be more Fever fans. There's going to be more Fever fans than Sky fans.
Angel Reese might not like it. Other WNBA stars might not like it. But the truth is in the numbers, and Chicago Sky fans just made their choice. They want Caitlin Clark. For Angel Reese, this is a tough reality. In Clark's league, she's just another player. The Caitlin Clark effect isn't just dominating WNBA ticket sales. It's also exposing Reese's actual lack of star power. It's one thing to not be the biggest draw in your own home stadium, but it's another thing entirely when even your own league, your own hand-picked showcase, can't generate this kind of buzz.
From Caitlin Clark.
Not to pick up the second because she got two in the first quarter against Connecticut.
Clark connects on a three.
Reese and other WNBA stars created Unrivaled, an off-season basketball league meant to showcase the best women's talent outside the WNBA. On paper, it sounded like a great idea, a player-led league with full control over game structure, star players dictating the pace, and a unique marketing and business model. It was supposed to be a chance to compete outside the WNBA structure. But in reality, nobody cares.
The double-double streak. They were in like the 7th and 8th playoff spot and had a meltdown during that streak.
There are barely any updates about Unrivaled, almost zero fan interest, and no real numbers to prove its relevance. If Angel Reese were truly a star on Caitlin Clark's level, this league should be thriving. Instead, it's struggling for attention before it even starts. That if Reese can't generate excitement for a league she helped create, how can she possibly carry a WNBA franchise the way Caitlin Clark is doing with the Indiana Fever?
Reese along two, drills it. Reese is on the left of Banham. Shuffle pass to Allen, who looks for Reese again, but Wheeler's in the way, and the Fever leak out Caitlin Clark. A layup.
Let's rewind to the start of the 2024 WNBA season. Angel Reese entered the league with massive hype. Fresh off a national championship with LSU, she was marketed as the next big personality in the WNBA. She was supposed to be the league's answer to Caitlin Clark, a player who could bring in fans and attention. But from the moment both players stepped onto a WNBA court, the gap between them became painfully obvious. Caitlin Clark was immediately the biggest draw, selling out stadiums from day one. Angel Reese? Not so much. While Clark was breaking records, leading the league in viewership, and bringing in new audiences, Reese struggled to move the needle.
Harrington off the mark as Clark steps into a three. Connecticut second last in the league in three-point percentage, just under 29%. Clark